Says small dogs can't handle camping. Sure, my Chihuahua may not have the robustness of a husky or the outdoorsiness of a retriever, but she is just as good at camping as any other dog. But she has to have the right equipment. This weekend we went on our second ever camping trip, and we couldn't have done it without the following supplies. If you're looking to take your Chihuahua or other small dog on a camping trip, here's what you need before you hit the road. But before we get started, I'm Rachel, this is Luna, and you're watching Big Kidult. And if this is your first time here, be sure to hit subscribe because we do lots of cute pet content. First up is a supply that most dog owners probably already have, and that is a collapsible water bowl. What I like about these is they pack down super thin so you can put them on your pack when you go out on day hikes and things like that. But it also expands out nice and big later for a full amount of food or a nice big bowl of water. You'll need two of these, one for the food, one for the water. Note, be sure to put your food away before you go to bed, otherwise raccoons will totally get in there and chow down. Next up is another supply that many dog owners already have, but it's kind of controversial, and that is a retractable leash. Now, some people don't like retractable leashes because they feel it rewards a dog for pulling and teaches them to actually pull on the leash more. I live in San Francisco, so generally I keep my dog on a pretty short 3 to 4 foot leash, but it's really nice when I'm out in the country that I can kind of let her free roam and give her more space to just be a dog. The retractable leash lets me do that because it goes up to about 10 feet, so she can really get further range. Another important thing to check is if there are any restrictions on the places you'll be camping and hiking as to how long a dog's leash can be. Some places have a limitation of around 6 to 9 feet. This next supply is something you may or may not already have depending on what part of the world you live in, and that is a puppy parka. Again, I live in San Francisco. It does not get that cold here, but when you get out into the Mendocino coast or the Big Sur coast where I was this weekend, it can get very damp and chilly in the evenings, down to the 40s. Bless my little Chihuahua's heart, she has no fat, no fur, and thus absolutely no insulation. I do not just dress her because it looks adorable, although it does look really adorable. I love this parka in particular because it operates just like a puffy jacket. It really holds in her body heat. It's got a hood that's mostly not functional, it's just pretty cute. I like this because it's fairly waterproof, kind of water wicking as well. There was a creek near our campsite and she was able to trot through that without having too much moisture sticking to her. Another necessary piece of puppy apparel for camping is the light-up collar. It took me a long time to find a light-up collar that actually fit my Chihuahua's tiny, tiny neck. I ordered several and they just swallowed her up. They looked like hula hoops. This one is really cool because it actually comes with a really long piece of plastic that you cut down to size. So it's custom fit to my Chihuahua's neck. So if you have a small dog and have been struggling to find a light up collar that fits them, I'll include this one in the description below so you can find it. What's also really neat about this is it doesn't take batteries. It actually really easily charges up with USB. It has several different blinking light modes. It flashes, it has a slow flash, and then it has a steady light. And you can't see it here, but the light is actually pink, which I think is so, so cute. Makes her look kind of like a raver. This next item is for the really prepared puppy parent, but when you're out in the middle of nowhere, you gotta be prepared. It is a Doggy First Aid Kit. This first aid kit has small compression bandages, alcohol swabs, and other necessities in case your dog has an injury while they're out and about. One thing I like about it is that it also doubles as a poop bag holder. There's room in it. You can slide a roll of poop bags, pull it out the hole here, attach it to your leash, and you're ready to go. Most of what's in here is just as good for people as it is for pooches, so it can help you out if you're in a pinch. So those 5 supplies were supposed to be the only ones featured in this video. But it turns out I got back from my camping trip and my dog took a little hitchhiker with her. I'm talking about a tick. Before you even hit the trail, there are things you can actually do to prevent your pet from ever getting ticks on it at all. Generally, I use Pet Armor Plus, which is a medicine that keeps both fleas and ticks off of your dog, but I had not given my dog her dose yet this month. So that left me having to use my next recommended supply, which is tweezers. If you're at all squeamish, you might want to skip over this next part. So I actually had to use these tweezers to pull the tick off of Luna. There are a few school of thoughts online as to whether you should twist or pull directly up. I found pulling directly up worked the best. You grab the tick as close to the base as possible and yank it out. Now, if you aren't able to get the whole piece of the tick out of there, be sure not to dig on your pet. Don't put needles or dig the tweezers in there. Actually, just treat the area with antibiotics and maybe a little bit of hydrogen peroxide and keep it clean over the next few weeks. The supply list helped make for an awesome camping weekend with Luna, and I advise anyone with small dogs not to be intimidated by the great outdoors. Your pup will love it. Get out there and do it. Say bye to all our fans, Luna.